Meghan Markle has just opened fire towards me and other YouTubers in the Megxit community during her interview on Emma Greed's podcast. But what did she say? Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef The Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to the Dose of the Daily Nerd, where I break down the royal news and gossip of the day that's pretty much caught me eye. And oh my goodness, yeah, let's jump into this madness, shall we? Because Megxit has just opened fire towards myself and some of your other favourite YouTubers here in the Megxit community during her interview on Emma Greed's podcast. But what did she say? Now, let me play you this clip as to what Megxit said, and then, yeah, I've got a little response for our little Megxit poo. Let's go.
If you could rewrite your public narrative from scratch, is there anything that you would do differently? Yes, I would ask people to tell the truth.
Let's play that one last time for those in the back.
If you could rewrite your public narrative from scratch, is there anything that you would do differently? Yes, I would ask people to tell the truth.
Oh, okay. Right. So she has essentially, in my opinion, conspiracy theory or whatever, just opened fire towards myself and other of your favourite YouTubers here in the Megxit community, essentially turning around and saying, I think it's time for a change of scenery, for us to start telling the truth. Well, do you know what? As far as I'm concerned, I am telling the truth. Or at the very least, my own opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, when it comes to this particular channel. The burden of proof, ultimately, though, is in Megxit's court. Because she's putting all this information out there, right? That I and many other Megxiteers in this community are reacting to. Therefore, because she's putting all this information out there that we're reacting to and we're making videos on, it is therefore up to her to then provide the proof publicly to counter what I and many other Megxiteers are saying. So, for example, why not Megxit provide absolute proof that can't be argued showing that Archie and Lily were born from her and that the pregnancy rumours are fake? If she wants us, right, to all of a sudden tell the truth as she sees fit, then why not provide absolute definitive proof that can't be argued showing that Archie and Lily were born from her and that the pregnancy rumours are fake? But no. It's better and easier for Megxit to essentially turn round and, as far as I'm concerned, in my opinion, conspiracy theory or whatever, call myself and other of your favourite Megxiteers in this community complete liars. Because in this clip right here, she said, yeah, I'd like people to start telling the truth. Oh, come on, Megxit. You're the one putting all this information out there that we are reacting to. With you putting all the information out there, with you essentially giving us content, you're the source of it. And therefore, because you're the source of it with what you say and what you do, then it's up to you then to, as far as I'm concerned, provide proof in a public sphere that can't be argued. So that we can then start telling the truth as you see fit. But hey, let's not just go on the default of the fake pregnancy rumours, right? Thanks to a banana charlatan right here. They shared this clip. I really do recommend you go through the full clip. I'm just going to give you a few examples of what Banana Charlatan is showing here. I'll make sure the link to this tweet is actually in the description bar below. But Banana Charlatan is going through the many lies and contradictions of Megxit throughout the years and the clapback to each and every one of them. So here, the first claim, there was a secret wedding 3 days before the official royal wedding. That Megxit claimed in her 2021 Oprah interview. that she and Hazza were married in a private ceremony 3 days before the televised royal wedding. The counter-evidence to that, though, is that the Archbishop of Canterbury at the time, Justin Welby, clarified that the legal wedding occurred on May the 19th, 2018, as documented. He didn't deny a private vow exchange, but confirmed no legal ceremony took place earlier, and legal records and the official marriage certificate align with the public wedding date. Yeah, Megxie, do you know what? More than happy to tell the truth. As far as I'm concerned, I've been doing all these years. But you know what? If I've got something wrong, then provide the proof for that publicly. If we've got it so wrong, right, that, you know, we believe that the legal wedding was on May the 19th, 2018, if that's so wrong, right, and we're not telling the truth on that, then provide the proof that the legal wedding was 3 days prior to that. Why not also provide the evidence to your claim that no training was provided for your royal life? So in Megxie and Hazza's mockumentary on Netflix, Harry and Meghan, she claims she received no formal training or guidance to prepare her for royal duties. But sources including royal insiders and Giles Brandreth's book, Elizabeth, An Intimate Portrait, report that Queen Elizabeth II offered Sophie, the then Countess of Wessex, as a mentor to guide Meghan. But Megxie allegedly declined. Insiders said, quote, the level of support was intense, contradicting a claim of no assistance. Dickie Arbiter, the Queen's former spokesperson, called this a complete and utter lie. Well, if Megxie wants us to believe her, then again, why not provide undeniable proof that she's telling the truth on that score? What about this one here? Kensington Palace advised against inviting niece to wedding. So in the same mockumentary, Megxie claimed that Kensington Palace advised her not to invite her niece, Ashley Hale, to the wedding. But a source close to the palace said, quote, we never gave any advice, steer or guidance on who of her family or friends should or shouldn't come to her wedding. Another insider said that Megxie avoided inviting her niece to prevent media scrutiny, calling the claim a complete and utter lie. And there's no evidence that supports Megxie's claim that the palace intervened in the guest list decisions. So again, if Megxie wants us to believe her and her truth, she needs to provide undeniable evidence that what she's saying is true. But she hasn't. Here's another one. She claimed in the Oprah interview of 2021 that she grew up as an only child when discussing her family background. But actually, Megxie has two half-siblings. You've got Samantha Markle and Thomas Markle Jr. And here, while, you know, she may have lived separately from them, her legal team later clarified this was, quote, a subjective statement about her feelings and not a factual claim of having no siblings. Yeah. Really, like, walking the line there between truth and lie. But you know what? If Megxie really did indeed grow up as an only child, where's Megxie's undeniable proof of that? Where's Megxie's undeniable proof of her claim, again in the Oprah interview, that her passport was taken away by the royal family? Because records show that during her time in the royal family, she actually travelled internationally multiple times. You had New York, you had Canada, you had South Africa, you had Australia, which of course would have required a passport. Critics, including, of course, my good friend Jesus, the body language expert, question the claim, noting that her travel history contradicts the idea of her passport being confiscated. But you know what, Megxie, if this is true, where is your undeniable proof to prove this? And let's go on to the sixth and last one that I'm going to show you. If you want to read the rest of the claims, again, I'll have a link to this tweet in the description bar below. But where's Megsy's undeniable proof for her claim here that she says that she worked in a US embassy in Argentina? Now, this has long been debunked over the last few years, right? Megsy stated in numerous interviews that she worked at the US embassy in Argentina while studying at Northwestern University. However, Samantha Markle, in an interview with Tucker Carlson a couple of years ago in 2023, claimed that Megsy only participated in a 5-week study program and that there was no formal embassy work involved in any way, shape, or form. Now, this whole 5-week study program, Samantha explained, was organised by their uncle's recommendation and paid for by their father. Megsy herself described it as an internship in some interviews. But critics, including myself, are arguing that she's exaggerating the role. She's bending the truth to try and sound diplomatic. But no official embassy records actually confirm that she was employed in the first place, the way that she's trying to put across. So, going around full circle, yeah, exactly what I said at the beginning. Megsy has just opened fire towards me and other YouTubers in the Megxit community during her interview on Emma Greed's podcast, saying she really wants us to tell the truth. But as far as I'm concerned, I and many other Megxiteer YouTubers in the community, we are telling the truth. Or at the very least, for myself, right? My own opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. The burden of proof ultimately is in Megsy's court. She's putting all this information out there, as I've just shown you, right? That I and many others are reacting to. Therefore, it's up to Megsy to provide the proof publicly to counter what I'm saying. So, for example, like I said, you know what? Megsy, provide absolute, undeniable proof that can't be argued, showing that Archie and Lily were born from your body and that the pregnancy stroke surrogacy rumours are fake. And why not, whilst you're at it, provide undeniable truth and proof to show that what you're claiming in each one of these examples is totally true and not a bag of lies. She wants us to tell the truth as she sees fit. Well, she needs to start providing undeniable evidence and proof. Because a lot of what she says and a lot of what she does not make sense and is totally contradictory. And there's counter evidence out there that suggests that she ain't telling the truth at all. Yet she's got a freaking cheek, right? In her interview with Emma Greed right here, to open fire towards myself and some of your other favourite YouTubers in the Megxit community, turning around and saying, do you know what? It's about time that we in the Megxit community start telling the truth. Well, do you know what, Megxit? It's about time that you get your stories straight. With that being said, if you appreciated this video and you want more, and believe me, of course, there's going to be more, you do not want to miss my next video, then make sure you subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe, like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. What do you think to Megsy opening fire towards myself and some of your other favourite YouTubers in the Megxit community? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I appreciate all your faces. And until the next time, you guys, laters.